Can I use the 300 grain TSX bullet? Oh, I found 220 of them. And will it penetrate well enough for bison as compared to something like this 400 grain Swift A-frame, which has no performance value? So, and how do bullets in between? So let's do some bullet testing today and see how we can answer that question.
300 grain TSX bullet at around 2650. $26.67. Here. That's really fast. And 50 grain spear mag tips.
$25.65.
350 grain X bullet. $24.97. 400 grain Barnes Spitzers. $24.21. 400 grain Swift A-frame. $24.17. So this is the 400 grain AccuBonds. And I think they're going in the 2400s. These 400 grain bullets, the kick of them is not too bad when you're down at 2420, 2425. It's pretty reasonable. Pretty damn reasonable. Okay, let's go check out our target. It's 1.5 inches. And again, with that 2.5 power scope, there's a little bit of index error. You can see I used an old target here because you can tell those big 45 bullets, but there it is. And what's really interesting is that shooting at almost exactly the same point as the 350 TSXs. And then the 300 TSXs are about 1.5 inches higher than that. Okay, this is the 400 grain side. I forget which is which, but these are 400 grain bullets. So one of them will be the Barnes and one of them will be the Swift. So we'll take our C49 Spyderco. Wigner. We'll open up the box. And we'll start with this side first. And it stopped in the second book. So let's see. There's this destruction. And that is the Barnes bullet. Look how smashed up it is.
So that's actually found its way in the first book. Travel about an inch. So through 5 gallons of water, and boy, that's just mangled. So it certainly has good expansion. Oh boy, I didn't go much further, but look how much rounder that hole is. So let's open that up. And there it is. It started to tumble a little bit. So that's beautiful. So that's the 400 Swift A-frame. And each one of these books will give a value of 1 inch. So that would be 2 1/4 inches. Here's the bullets we found today. So just like I figured, this 300 grain TSX bullet penetrates better than anything other than the 350 grain TSX bullets. They were both found within 1/10 of an inch of one another. And part of the reason for that is all the petals blow off. You lose quite a bit of the weight. That's 65% of the weight left. So it's lost a fair bit of its integrity, but it penetrated really well, and it's still 60 by 67 caliber. So really quite good performance. And that's at 47.39 foot-pounds. The 350 grain spear, I'm really surprised by. So that was at 51.14 foot-pounds, and it kept 75% of its weight. 76 by 76 caliber, so 3/4 of an inch. And it went 2 inches into the hard books. The 350 grain TSX bullet at 48.47 foot-pounds. I'm not driving these quite as fast as the lead and copper bullets. 60 by 82 caliber. Again, 3 inches, best tied for second best. And it kept 80% of its weight because it kept some of the petals, some of the petal mass, where the 300 grain lost all of it. This 400 grain Barnes original at really 24.21, really moving along, 52.07 foot-pounds. Really quite a load. Man, that's 1.2 inches by 0.85 inches, and it hung on to 73% of its weight because it just clung together really nice. The pure copper, pure lead of the original really clung together. So I don't know if that's a super close range Bison bullet, but it might be the best bullet going at 200 yards. And the A-frame at 51.90 foot-pounds, really good performance. 88% of its weight it hung on to. 2.25 inches was penetrated almost as well as the X bullets, and it's also really accurate. So over here, you can do that with the load today. That's an 1.5 inch group, and that's with a 2.5 power scope. And I think it'll probably do better than that if I had more magnification. And again, that's that's about 2 inches high at 100 yards. So the 300 grain, 350 grain, 400 grain bullets all within 2 inches of one another. I'm very surprised by that. Good day. And there you can see it's all taped up muzzle so I don't get snow on it. Is Winchester Model 70 Safari 458 Winchester Magnum. And there's a load of 6 bullets. And although I would dearly love to run 350 grain TSX bullets in this gun, I have found I now have 220 300 grain TSX bullets. I don't know if they make them or not still, but with H4198, I'm getting 2650, and I could easily go up another 100 feet per second. But that gives me 4,800 foot-pounds or so. 2.5 power loophole, lots of eye relief, And the great thing in this 9.75 pound rifle is the kick of this is about 42 foot-pounds.